Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedAlliance, and today I'm going to be taking another deck profile, but this is going to be a little bit of an update video of my Blue Eyes White Dragon deck profile. And I just wanted to say thank you to Savannah for getting me this playmat, and I am super excited for getting this Blue Eyes playmat for my birthday, which was January 3rd, and I am super happy with it. I'll tell you a quick funny story about it, and then we'll get into the deck profile. The funny story is I made an offer on eBay to get this playmat from a seller, and the seller told me that he was not going to sell it to me because he had already accepted a previous offer. Well, it turns out that Savannah knew that I wanted this playmat and bought it out from under me from another offer from the seller, because I woke up that morning and it was already sold by the time he had sent me a previous counter offer. So she bought it out from under me, seeing that I wanted it, and surprise, I got it for my birthday. So super excited. Thank you, Savannah, for getting this, but let's get into this deck profile. I have updated the deck so you can synchro summon in it a lot better, so let's get into it and see what I'm playing. So let's keep that right there. So first off, of course, you're going to be playing 3 copies of the Blue Eyes White Dragon. It is the heart and soul of this deck, and without 3, you really just don't play it correctly. Then you play 3 copies of Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon. With a Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon, you just simply reveal a Blue Eyes White Dragon in your hand to special summon it, and then once per turn, you can target a monster your opponent controls, destroy it, but this card cannot attack the turn you activate that effect. Then I love playing in this deck the Chaos Max variant of this build because it is just such a devastating monster. It inflicts double piercing damage to any monster that it attacks, and it has 4,000 attack. Also, it cannot be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's card effects or any card effects, period, which is amazing. I think that card is like god potential. Like, it is amazing. Then I play 3 copies of Manju of the 10,000 Hands because its searches are Blue Eyes Blue Eyes Chaos Max, and it also searches our ritual spell cards to bring out Blue Eyes Chaos Max. I then play 3 copies of the White Stone of Ancients. The White Stone of Ancients is a really interesting card, and it gives us access to synchro summoning in this deck. Its effects are as follows. Once per turn during your end phase, if this card is sent to the graveyard, or is in the graveyard because it was sent there this turn, you can special summon one Blue Eyes monster from your deck, which usually you will summon Blue Eyes White Dragon off of this. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one Blue Eyes monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. So, I can essentially, if I have a Chaos Max or an alternative white in graveyard, I can banish this the following turn after it's been sent to the graveyard, and then add either an alternative white or a Chaos Max if I top deck, say, I don't know, Advanced Ritual Art, so I can go into my Chaos Max again. So, continuing on, I play 2 copies of Effect Veiler because I really dislike monster effects against this deck, and I already play a couple of cards to negate that. Now, some honorable mentions that I just took out of the deck for some other cards were the White Stone of Legend, which if you want to play it, go for it, play it in this deck. It's a little interesting. You can, when it's sent to the graveyard, you can add a Blue Eyes from your deck to your hand, but I found that with Melody of Awakening Dragons, I really didn't need this. And plus, with the White Stone of Ancients, this is like a dumbed down version of it. And then on 1 copy of Dragon Spirit of White. I took it out last minute, but if you want to, it is a quick removal of back row, and it's nice, but the main focus is Chaos Max, so I really just kind of took it out because with 9 already, if you weren't playing Chaos Max, it's a must-of, one of in the deck, but with Chaos Max, I just took it out because I just said, I didn't really need it. But if you do want to play it, by all means, play 1. Now that's it for the monsters, guys. Let's get into the spells. We do play quite a few spells and not very many traps. So first off, we're going to play 2 copies of Twin Twister because I absolutely hate back row in this deck. I know, haha, I dropped this that removes back row, but yet I play 2 Twin Twister. But I do play 2 Twin Twister because you can discard your Ancient Stone, and it'll get its effect at the end phase by activating this. So you're destroying 2 cards and getting a Blue Eyes to your field at the end phase for destroying 2 spell and trap cards your opponent controls, which is really nice. Then I play 2 copies of Cards of Consonance. If you discard a Dragon-type tuner monster with 1,000 attack or less, you can draw 2 cards. And we do play the 3 targets. If you feel like you're starting to clog and getting this without getting a copy that is a tuner, add in the White Stone of Legend if you feel like it, because it'll give you 4 targets. Usually that's the lineup that a lot of people play, is the 3 plus this, and it gives you that kind of synergy. But I felt with the way that my deck ran, I didn't need the 3rd or the 4th target. I mean, I felt like 3 was plenty because I was getting out Chaos Max consistently. Then I play a little tech card of mine, and it is Dragon's Mirror. Dragon's Mirror gives me access to a really interesting card called Neo Galaxy Eyes Blue Eye, or Neo Ultimate Blue Eyes. I don't even know. Let me see what its name is. It's so hard to pronounce. Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. There you go. But it's really, really neat, and I'll tell you about that one in a few minutes. Then I play 3 copies of Return of the Dragon Lords. Return of the Dragon Lords is really good because it lets you bring back your Blue Eyes White Dragons from the graveyard to overlay with them, or to synchro with them, or to use them for fodder for your Blue Eyes Chaos Max, or just to attack with them. Plus, if this is in the graveyard, it can negate the destruction of a dragon monster or dragon monsters once by banishing it. Then I play the ritual spell cards as advanced ritual art. The reason I'm only playing 2 is because I kept finding that when I was playing 3, it would clog, because I would draw this and I wouldn't have any more normal monsters in the deck to send to grave to summon out my Chaos Max. So I dropped it down to 2 because it just seemed more consistent that way. And I was drawing it very consistently, so I did drop it down to 2. Then I played 2 copies of Chaos Form. This is kind of the one, it's kind of like the Miracle Fusion of ritual spells. You can banish a Blue Eyes White Dragon from your graveyard to special summon out a Chaos Max from your hand. So it's kind of one of those, this is early game, this is late game. You search this early game, you search this late game. Because you want to have this when you have a Blue Eyes Engrave and you have a Chaos Max in hand, because it's just already like a free Chaos Max off of just this one, which is really nice. Then I play 2 copies of Swords Concealing Light, because I do want to flip my opponent's monsters face down so I inflict that double piercing damage. I do play something else in place of the 3rd one. I have 3, but I took it out for one of these other cards that you're going to see in a few minutes. Then I play 3 copies of Melody of Awakening Dragon. It's kind of your searcher for Chaos Max, and it lets you search Chaos Max, it lets you search Alternative White and Blue Eyes White Dragon, because with this, you can discard a card from your hand to search 2 Dragon-type monsters with 3,000 or more attack and 2,500 or less defense from your deck to your hand. So Chaos Max has 0 and 4,000, so he falls into that category. Then finally, for a little bit of draw power, since I do play 9 targets, I play 3 copies of Trade-In, which is super, super good. With Trade-In, it lets me just discard these extra Blue Eyes that I don't need, or if I draw an Alternative White and I'm like, I don't really need this right now, but I need to get to my ultimate, or not my ultimate, but my max, I just discard the Alternative White off of this, or discard, like I've even done a really interesting combo where I discarded Blue Eyes, brought it back with Return of the Dragon Lord, had a second one in hand, revealed it, special summoned out Alternative White, and then overlaid them both, made Dark Matter, sent 3 to grave, and then used Chaos Form, and then had a Blue Eyes that I sent off of Dark Matter, and then brought out Max, and I had a Dark Matter and a Max, and I was like, well, what are you going to do now? And then it was just like, GG. So, that's a really, really interesting setup with this deck. That's it for the spells. I do have 2 little tech traps, which I'm going to let you guys guess what they are. Now, I am playing 2 of them, and they are the same card, so I just want you guys to pause the video for a second and comment down below what you think they are. They're not floodgate trap holes like I was playing before. They're a little bit more interesting, and they allow for an OTK. So I'm going to let you guys pause the video, and in 3 seconds, I'm going to reveal it. So don't forget to like and comment and subscribe on this video, guys, but here we go. So 3, 2, 1, here we go. So we're playing 2 copies of Curse of Anubis. Curse of Anubis is a little bit of an interesting tech card that I play in this deck now. I might even bump it up to 3. I was playing it at 2 to playtest, and it was working out really good. And let me read it to you guys. And it actually sets face down, and your opponent's like, well, that's not important. Or they get intimidated because you've got 2 face downs, and you can use your trade-ins and your other stuff to kind of intimidate your opponent to think that it's more back row than it is. And, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a mental game. So you kind of want to intimidate your opponent with a little bit of back row, but not all the time. But listen to this. All face-up effect monsters on the field are changed to defense position. During the turn this card is activated, the original defense of those effect monsters becomes 0 and their battle positions cannot change. So for the rest of the turn, effect monsters your opponent controls become 0 defense, and they cannot change their battle position for the rest of the turn. So if I have Chaos Max, I activate this and I swing at you and you don't have Storming Mirror Force to stop me, or Quaking Mirror Force or anything like that that doesn't destroy Blue Eyes, I'm going to win instantly, because that's going to be 8k right there damage, because it's going to make him 0 defense, and then on top of it being 0 defense, it's going to just destroy you, and like you can't come back from that. So I'm playing 2 copies of Curse of Anubis. And that's it for the main deck. Let's really quickly get into the extra deck, guys. So first off, I'm playing 2 copies of Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. I know, isn't he beautiful? I wish I had secret ones, and I will have secret ones eventually. But he is a little bit interesting. You can't special summon more than 1 monster at a time, I think. Neither player can special summon 2 or more monsters at the same time. Once per turn, you can, when a card or effect is activated in the graveyard, you can negate the activation. And during either player's turn, you can tribute summon, or tribute this card, special summon 1 light dragon type synchro monster from your extra deck. So he's really easy to go into with the Whitestone of Ancient, and then either, you know, I don't know, Blue Eyes or Alternative White. So it's really easy. Usually you'll tribute and go into Azure Eyes Silver Dragon, and his effect is that all dragon type monsters are unaffected by card effects for the rest of the turn. They cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects until the end of the next turn. And during your standby phase, you can special summon 1 dragon type normal monster from your, or special summon it from your graveyard, which is nice. 1 Michael, because you can bring it out with this and its spot removal, 1,000, you know, you pay 1,000 and then you banish something. And then 1 Moonlight, just in case you're playing against a deck that's going to make high level monsters. It's interesting to make this against ABC Buster, because if this card is special summoned, or a level 5 or higher monsters is special summoned to your opponent's side of the field, target 1 special summon monster your opponent controls and return that target to the hand. So it sends it back. So it's either going to push them to banish this, or it's going to push them to kind of back off and, you know, send it back or bring out the other 3. Then I play Twin Burst because you can make it easy. Then I play the 3 Neo Galaxy Eyes, or the Neo Blue Eyes Ultimates. The Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate, the reason you play 3 of them is with Dragon's Mirror. If you have Alternative White in the grave and you have Blue Eyes in the grave, you can banish them with Dragon's Mirror, and then this can attack 3 times, and it's an Archimedes when it attacks. At the end of the battle step, if this is the only card you control and it's Fusion Summon card attacked, you can summon Blue Eyes Fusion Monster from your extra deck, which is this, and you can do that up to twice per turn to give it an additional attack. You can use this effect twice per turn, and during either player's turn, when a card or effect is activated that targets Blue Eyes monsters you control, you can banish this card from your graveyard and negate the activation, destroy it. So by sending 2 of them to grave, you're adding protection from targeting too. Then I play the Neo Galaxy, or the Galaxy Eyes lineup, which was Tachyon. I play Cypher Dragon, which steals stuff. Full Armor Photon, which blows up stuff. And then Dark Matter, which sends stuff to grave and can give itself additional attacks, which is nice. I can send off, like I said, the Ancient Stone and Blue Eyes and stuff like that to make you banish 3. I play 1 Hope Harboring because it's just a nice rank 8. And then my own personal tech, I like to play Lancelot, or I like to play Dark Knight Lancelot of the Underworld, because if you play him, he pops back row and he pops monsters, and if you deal them enough damage with Blue Eyes Chaos Max, you can swing with him and then kind of end it, which is really nice. But that's it for the deck, guys. I really hope you guys have enjoyed it. I really have. I'm really enjoying the hell out of this mat. But anyways, guys, this is DarkArmedAlliance, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And join DarkArmedAlliance down in the description below. But anyways, guys, this is DarkArmedAlliance, and I am out. See you later, guys.